Check this out. Ha ha ha, genius. I'm on my way to do some geocache maintenance. For those of you just joining me, geocaching is a worldwide treasure hunting game where you find hidden containers by people you don't know, or maybe you do. Part of the game is hiding those containers, and I have several in the Chicago area, and some of them might have gone missing or some of them might be damaged. So a big part of this game is maintenance, and I'll show you what I mean. So the last person to try and find this cache did not, and I can see why. It appears to be missing. The cache was in the hole in this tree with one of these rocks covering it up. So I am going to replace it. Bad news. Both of the containers I brought to replace the cache are too big for the hole. Drat that. I'm gonna have to come back to fix this one, but I made this one out of a gelato container and covered it with some duct tape. Did the same thing with a coffee canister here. Now, since I own this cache, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna temporarily archive it so people don't waste their time trying to come find this one. And then when I'm able to replace it, I'll unarchive it. Did I say archive? I meant disable. Archiving is permanent, disabling is temporary. Back to your scheduled programming. Heading to another one of my caches just nearby. There's a lot of unhoused people living in this park. There's also beehives, but my cache should be over here. And already I could tell someone's messed with it because this brick is usually hiding it. You remove the brick and then the cache is attached to the underside of this via magnet. What often happens is it gets knocked down inside, although I don't really see it in there. There's also this piece of mirror that someone left here, so I'm gonna throw that away as well. Here's my replacement plan. Because this cache appears to keep getting knocked in here, although I don't see it in there, so someone must have just plumb stole it. Anyway, that's the normal problem for this one going missing. So the plan was, I'm replacing it with a pill bottle that is full of a logbook and some swag. You can see a chestnut, a seashell I found, a pin I found, and of course the log that's in a plastic baggie to keep it dry. Anyway, I put it all in a pill bottle with a little face sticker on it, and I attached it with this metal cord that I got in a camping gift. I wasn't sure what I was going to use that for, but I figured there may be a geocaching purpose. So the new way I wanted to hide it is to dangle it down the drain and attach it with this cord so people could just pull it on up. Problem is, once again, I overestimated how big the hole is. So this isn't gonna fit in this way, but this might turn out to be a more interesting hide. Watch this. Sometimes the obstacle is your friend. So here's how it's hidden now. I've attached this metal wire to the grate. You go to pull it up though, oh no, it doesn't fit. Oh no. So now you still have to go to the secret movable brick, and then you can reach in here, pull on this, comes right out. Bingo, bango, bongo. The only thing I don't like better about this hide is it's easier to see there's something here. So people are gonna find it pretty quickly, but getting it out will be the challenge now. I just had a second thought about throwing away this mirror here. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of unhoused people behind me, and it's very likely they were using this as a mirror since they're living outside. So I'm actually gonna go lean it against that tree over there in case they were using it. On to the next cache to be maintained. The next geocache I wanted to check on is up here, but on my way, I'm stopping by this one because I replaced this container in December and no one has found it since then. No one has said they tried either. So I guess it's just in an unpopular spot, but here it is, ready to be found. Onward. This one I know is missing because several people have failed to find it recently, and it ain't hard to find, so. Yep, it should be in this hole right here, covered with a piece of bark, and there is nothing there. It has been stolen, AKA muggled. And boy, am I feeling like a bit of a fool because both of these meticulously prepped containers I made are also too big for this location. Drats. I'm gonna have to come back to this one as well. I will disable on the app. Well, what am I gonna do with these 2 containers here? I know, I'll hide a new geocache. Let's go. So I have a cluster of caches in this park I'm in right now, and there's one notable hole where I've been wanting to put a cache for a while. When I say hole, I mean like a space where I can put one. See, geocaches have to be 538 feet apart or 0.1 mile apart from each other by law of geocaching. And I had a spot that was in between some of my other caches. So I don't have a specific spot, but I do have an area. And so now I'm just gonna walk around till I can find a spot that might be conducive to one of these extra caches I have with me. I actually find the dead of winter is a good time to hide geocaches because A, there's not a lot of people outside snooping around at what you're doing, and B, you know, there's so much exposed due to the foliage falling away. So if it's hidden well in the winter, it'll definitely be hidden well in the summer. So this is an obvious spot. Look at this hole under the tree. Unfortunately, there's probably an animal that burrows in there. So I've run into this with other caches. They keep getting muggled, and I suspect squirrels and whatnot. Also, there's evidence that something's been digging here because, as you know, I'm a bottle hunter. This is the bottom of an old bottle, a Duraglass Owens of Illinois bottle, probably from the 1950s, it looks like. But anyway, like, that probably got dug up from underneath this tree by some burrowing animal. So I'm gonna try and find somewhere else. Okay, now the downside of hiding a cache in the winter time. This looks like a pretty great spot to hide a cache with a little camo in this stump right here. Unfortunately, I happen to know that this spot is overrun with people partying and picnicking and enjoying their time near the beach in the summer, as evidenced by a lot of the bottle caps and trash that's around here. So this will be overrun and people will be picnicking right on top of this geocache come summer. So unfortunately, that's not a good spot either. Well, it looks like I left this spot blank for a reason initially when I was hiding my other geocaches. I might be able to hide a micro here, but certainly not a size small or even large, which is what I have with me right now. Okay, I just remembered another spot nearby that I tried to hide a geocache near there and it kept getting stolen. Someone else had a geocache in this area too, but it's gone now. So I might be able to find another host or hiding spot in that general area. That'd be great for a geocache now. Let's see if we can do it. So I used to have a geocache over on this pier. It was a little bison tube zip tied to that ladder. And of course it kept going missing. People fish right there. It would be very tempting to put it in the crack of one of these rocks here. Unfortunately, when there's big storms, the waves come way up here and it could get taken out to sea or lake in this case. Ooh, check out the icicles where the waves are coming up. Pretty cool. Okay, I think I found a good spot. Check this out. Ha ha ha, genius. Before I seal this up in the wall, a la the cask of Amontillado, let me show you some of the stuff that's gonna be in this geocache. I have an antique bottle that I found. I have a Dungeons and Dragons dragon complete with multi-sided die, 20 sides to be precise. Some Play-Doh, Pennywise the Clown, some good swag, guys. And of course I have my logbook, homemade, and a Captain America card and an X-Files card. I'm gonna stick it all in there. Before leaving the spot, I dropped a pin on Google Maps so I would have the GPS coordinates, because what I'm gonna do now when I get home is I'm going to go onto geocaching.com and log in, and I'm going to register that geocache. It will then go through a reviewing process with the local reviewer, and if they don't find any issues with it, it will get published on the website and people will be able to start finding it. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for some cache maintenance and for hiding a geocache here today in my stomping grounds. Hope it's been interesting or educational or maybe even both. But we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Cheers.